So now that we took a look back as to why ASO was created and a couple of the key new features along the way, let's take a dive into the new features in the 11 release of Essbase now. So in 11, with an ASO cube, you're now capable of a partial data clear. You can use ASO as a target of a partition, and you can also write back to level 0. As I mentioned earlier, level 0 write back was introduced actually in 9.3.1, but was undocumented until now in the 11 release. And also, as some other things, is there's been some new calculation script and MDX functions that have been introduced to help for some of the ASO features. So first, let's go and talk about the partial data clear. Partial data clear is a new option that enables you to clear a well-defined region of your ASO cube. For example, if you want to clear budget data or data for the last 3 months, you can do this by running a script where you define the region to clear using just your MDX syntax. There's actually 2 types of clears available. I'll explain those 2 different types in the next couple slides. So first we'll take a look at what's called the physical clear option. The physical clear option actually removes the cells in the region you specify. In other words, the cells will contain the pound missing values. So if a user went out to do a report on an ASO cube and you use the physical clear option, they would return the pound missing in their reports. It wouldn't show 0 or anything like that. It showed actually the pound missing. So this is ideal if you want to make sure that you're not adding to the size of your database by storing something in there. You actually completely want to clear it. The other option that's available is called a logical clear, which removes the cells by creating a compensation slice that actually uses the incremental data load feature, which was introduced in the 9.3.1 release. And for this reason, the cube will actually return zeros in the cleared region. So if your users were out doing a report on this, their report wouldn't show a pound missing. It would actually come up with 0. So there is numbers being stored in this database. So you would add to the size of your database by, or keep the size the same, I guess, since you're just changing the numbers that were in there to zeros. But if you're worried about the size of your database, this may not be the option you want to use. So the partial data clear feature makes it possible to deal with situations where you only need to clear or delete a portion of the data in your cube. This is much easier than having to rebuild your cube or deleting dimension members to remove that data. And depending on what your needs are, you can use either the logical clear or the physical clear to remove those data values. Now we'll look at a significant enhancement to the Essbase partitioning feature. In prior versions, full support was implemented for block storage partitioning. However, ASO could only be the source of a transparent partition. It could not be the target. While new in the version 11 release of Essbase is the ability for an ASO cube to be the target of a transparent partition. This opens up for many more configuration options. For example, you could use block storage cubes for complex calculations and ASO cubes for the aggregation performance benefits and combine them via partitioning. So when using ASO as a transparent target partition, it's possible to have different granularity in the source and the target. In this example, the block storage source cube is more detailed than the ASO target cube. Also notice that in the target cube we are displaying only the corp budget. This means that the target cube will only contain corp budget and display it on a different level than the source cube. So here's that block storage source cube displayed with empty values for January, February, March, and empty values for the eastern states. As a result, the Q1 value for East is empty in the ASO target cube as well. So once the values are entered for the 3 months in eastern states and the cube then is aggregated, the value will display in the target cube once you finish that aggregation. So here you see the value for Q1 in the East appearing in our target cube. The different scenarios for usage of ASO as a target of a transparent partition includes vertical partitioning, where multiple cubes are consolidated into an ASO target cube. It's possible to have different granularity, which can resolve issues when data needs to be entered or loaded in different levels. For example, in the case when the actual data exists in a detailed product level, while budget data is entered in a more aggregated level. Now we'll look at a number of new calc script functions. First of all, there are a couple of relationship functions that accept input from a list. These are prefixed with an L, for example, L ancestors and L descendants. In addition, there is a function shift sibling, which enables you to point another member relative to a specified member. Also, for convenience, there are a couple of functions, previous sibling and next sibling, that point to the previous and next member respectively, obviously. Another calc script enhancement is that you can now refer operating system environment variables within your calc script. You simply specify the name of the environment variable and prefix that with the $sign. To expand on the time intelligence specified in previous releases, there are a number of new MDX functions related to dates. There are two conversion functions, the Julian date and Unix date, and also some functions that help find next, first, and last date from a given date. I'm not going to cover all of these functions in detail then, but you can find the additional syntax or other details in the online documentation, which is available on OTN, or Oracle Technology Network, otn.oracle.com under documentation. So in summary, as you can see, ASO has come a long way from when it was first introduced in 2005. We welcome these new features to help enhance our reporting capabilities and look forward to other new features to come in the future. So I want to thank you for joining us today. Please, if you have any additional questions, you may contact me via email or phone, or connect with me on LinkedIn. Love to hear from you if you have any needs on converting block storage over to ASO, or if you have any other consulting or training needs around any of your Essbase or other Hyperion products. Also, I'd love to see you join our fan page on Facebook if you're a Facebook member. We keep people updated on anything happening out in the BI and Hyperion world, as well as if we have any specials going on if you're looking for training or consulting at all. So again, want to thank you for joining me today. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thanks again. Have a great day.